Hey YouTube, what's up? This is Reluctant Nabi. Excuse me, this is the Reluctant Nabi back again with news and views on some of the news out there. And here are some of my views today. And we're dealing with these sellout sisters, right? So before I get started, I would like to say oi to the bang, vases los, bonjour, mes amis, konnichiwa, ni hao ma, kedu, and bawani. All right. Um, All right, so basically, if you look at my title, I had an epiphany, and basically, it's this that these sellout so called black women are not our sisters or sisters. All right, and I keep saying that we need to separate from this, from black women, right? They're not our sisters or sisters, right? Black women are not suffering from Stockholm syndrome. What's going on with them is they are filled with greed and vanity, and they're living off of the fear of the liberal establishment. All right, black women. All right, here's the BS that they tell you. Oh, they're so held down by whom? Nobody is holding them down. Like I said, black women are able to go to college on the government without doing anything. I was looking in the news and they were trying to cut the GI Bill for veterans so that we couldn't pass the GI Bill to our loved ones if we're not going to use it. Some of us come out with PTSD and, ain't going to make it in the classroom setting with a bunch of people. And we're like, well, we might as well give it to our children, better their life. All right. They're going to cut that. But if you're a black woman that have a child from Pookie and Ray Ray and them have a bunch of children, what you can do is use the welfare system, the child support system. They'll send you to college for free. There is a reward for black women being evil, and only for black women being evil. Everybody else, there are severe consequences for even doing things right. Like, say you're a man and you step up to the plate to take care of a child that you believe is yours, and you sign the birth certificate. And I put the video up about this, right? Then you find out that your woman was hoeing around and sleeping with 5, 6 other guys, right? And then turned out that none of y'all are by DNA the baby's daddy, but she just stuck you with 18 years of child support. And what's the repercussions on her? Nothing. Say you find out after giving her money all your life that she had deceived you into believing that a child was yours, and you paid child support, right? All right, she don't have to pay you back once you find out. And a lot of the times the court will still make you pay. Again, no repercussions for her evil, but you trying to do the right thing. Okay, now you got to pay for doing the right thing, and she gets to extort you. So much so that the black woman is now doing this as game. They're extorting money out of athletes. They're extorting money out of any man with a job while they're still sleeping around with Pookie and Ray Ray and them. All right. So this is not Stockholm syndrome. I will tell you what Stockholm syndrome is in a minute. All right. But one of the things that came into my head as I looked at this video, that Big Will sent. So Big Will, he sent me a video and he said, check out this nonsense they got. Check out this nonsense. No, he says, check this nonsense out. They got a black woman so confused be to be sex slaves to a white man to do sh like this to get paid for porn. And what he was talking about, when I looked at the clip that he sent, he was talking about a movie, a porn movie that was a play on Django Unchained. But basically, what it said was the black woman said, I'm going to F my white slave master unchained. and that's the title. All right, but in it, I realized that the it was making basically possible sentiments of the black woman today, the modern day black woman, the bed wench. All right, and the modern day black woman is a modern day black woman. Before the modern day, we had sisters, right? Now, for them women that says, don't judge, don't judge. All right, Ezekiel 22 and 1. And the word of Yahweh came to me saying, and now, son of man, talking about Ezekiel. Now, I'll tell you why he called him son of man. Judge, judge the city of blood, and you shall show her all her abominations. And you shall say, thus said Master Yahweh, the city sheds blood in her midst, that her time might come, and she has made idols within herself to become defiled. Right? But we're looking at how the Almighty said, Son of men, Son of man, we judge. The Son of men judge. All right, people. So now let's get at it. This is Stockholm Syndrome. And this is why I said that black women today are not suffering from Stockholm Syndrome. Um, it's known as Stockholm Syndrome or capture bonding syndrome now. And what it is a psychological phenomenon first described in 1973 in which hostages express empathy and sympathy and have positive feelings towards their captors, some to the point of defending and identifying with the captors. Stockholm Syndrome is named after Normalstorg's robbery of Kreditbanken in Normalstorg, Stockholm, Sweden. During the crime, several bank employees were held hostage in a bank vault from August 23 to 28, 1973, while their captors negotiated with police. During this standoff, the victims became emotionally attached to their captors and rejected assistance from the government. Officials at one point and even and assistance from government officials at one point, and even defended their captors after they were freed from their 6-day ordeal. Y'all, I just had another epiphany or epiphany. Had another one. Guess who has Stockholm Syndrome? It's not the black woman, it's the simp. I'll explain in a minute. The term was coined by a criminologist and psychiatrist, Niels Berghout, consultant psychiatrist to the police when it happened. He called it this word in Swedish, all right, directly translated as the Normalstorg syndrome, but later became, for obvious reasons, known abroad as the Stockholm syndrome. It was originally defined by psychiatrist Frank Ochsberg to aid the management of hostage situations. All right, now, hey y'all, here we go. The simp has Stockholm syndrome. My missus was trying to tell me no, black women are suffering from Stockholm syndrome, but for reasons that I stated before, they're not. They're getting every advantage and stuff like that. The hostage in the United States is the black man. More or less, the hostage in the United States is the good black man. Not the evil black man, not the criminal. Remember, there's a bunch of criminals getting a whole bunch of poontang in jail from the women that are in there that's supposed to be watching them. Right? You see my stories about all these black women having children from incarcerated individuals who's screwing 4, 5, 6 of them. Black women with degrees selling drugs for these dudes that's locked up in prison. right? I put out a few big stories about this. All right. And so white women do it too. Who cares? We talking about the black community. And the number one destroyer of the black community is the black woman. And as I read this definition, the epiphany came to me, another one, that the person with Stockholm syndrome is the simp. The perfect definition of it. The very person that the black woman is destroying with all the stuff that she is doing is the good, hard working man, right? And what a simp is, he's not the criminal, he's not the gangbanger. He is the black man that identifies with the black woman that actually has him imprisoned in the black community, because anything he does, he will go to jail for, and he comes and defends this woman's evil no matter what she does. So she lies and put a man in jail and take 10 years of his life. Since when I show that that is wrong, they'll come and defend it. Well, you got to understand, it's the black woman. So she lies and puts a man on child support for 18 years for a baby that he is just proven in court by DNA that it is not him. But you got to understand, somebody got to take care of it. So she has 15, 16 children, then go nationally and say that somebody like the government need to take care of her 15 children, but she don't. She made the choice not to sleep with a good man and have a long-term relationship with him, right? So she gets to make an organization, Black Lives Matter, which should means Black Lesbian Movement, right? That she makes up strictly for lesbians. So they do all of this, you know. But anytime they do this, there's always a simp that come to the channel. Oh man, you got to understand. You got to leave our queen alone. You got to leave our queen. She got queen. She got a black queen. So, idiot, do you know that we're not supposed to have any mighty ones before the Almighty's face? Another epiphany that came to me. That mighty ones is the proper translation of thou shalt have no other gods before me. The proper translation should have been thou shalt have no mighty ones before my face. That's what that's what the actual first commandment says. A mighty one would be a king or a queen. Think about that, y'all. When translated properly, the first commandment is I am Yahweh, your Elohim, which brought you out of the land of Mizraim, out of the land of bondage. Thou shalt have no other mighty ones before my face. This is why in 1 Samuel, the 8th chapter, after the Almighty gave the commandments, when the Israelites came to Samuel and says, give us a king. And he says, what you speak is evil. And then Samuel went to talk to the Almighty, and the Almighty said to Samuel, they have not forsaken you, they have forsaken me. They have always turned their backs on me. They have brought up idols and stuff. He said, let them have their king, and he shall rule over them and not I. So that's when the Almighty washed his hands of us. All these people blaming stuff on God. Oh, your God is terrible. The God of the New Testament is terrible. The Almighty didn't cause all this. Our disobedience did. Our own greed. These black women come up here don't want man to take responsibility for anything. We did this. We're killing each other. We're making this stuff that's killing each other. We're making these things that are cancerous. The Almighty didn't. All we had to do was sit in the garden, eat fruit all day, and not touch that one tree. We couldn't even do that. Right? But when you look at it, the simp has Stockholm syndrome. Because even though the black woman are evil against black men in everything that they do and everything they come up with, and do not include the black men in anything that she wants to, that she thinks she needs to uplift. In other words, Black Girls Rocks was about black girls. They weren't about uplifting the whole community. Everything is about black women in the black community. You see what I'm saying? The black community is the hostage of black women. Y'all understand what I'm saying? The black community is the hostage of black women. Stockholm syndrome. Some of us black brothers, we are strong enough to speak against it, while others identify with it. Dang, 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 dang. What an epiphany, huh? Oh, here's another epiphany. Back to Big Will, all right? And the video. Take a watch and listen to what I'm about to say.
We
There's
walked
that,
10 miles to Master's new farm today.
there's that son of man.
At first it was me and Zeke, but he failed too much and Master said he wouldn't be that much useful on the ranch if he couldn't walk. So we just left him there. I think he was just faking it so he could escape later. I should have done the same, but I've become a bit fond of Master. At first it hurt a little, the lashes, but now I've grown to liking it. To be honest, I kinda like the things he does to me. But that don't mean I wouldn't escape first chance I got.
All right, now understand this. If this was a documentary on slavery, that woman would have Stockholm syndrome. But this is not a documentary on slavery. As a matter of fact, this woman is not held at her own against her will. She is being paid to act in this. All right? And it's for us, son of man. That would be us black men. Now, to this term, son of man. Remember when we talked about Nephilim? And the Nephilims are the sons of the fallen ones and women. The son of man is the son of the human male seed and woman. Remember I said that the woman is the soil, the dirt, and our seed is what gets planted in the dirt. Even corrupt seeds will grow out of that dirt, i.e. Nephilim mixed. You understand? Because that's the dirt. All right? And so basically, son of man, speak to the elders of Israel and say to them, thus said the master Yahweh, have you come to inquire me? Okay? And I am being inquired of by you, declares the master Yahweh. Judge them, son of man. Judge them. Make known to them the abominations of their fathers, and they shall say to them, thus said Master Yahweh, on the day I will choose Israel and lift up my hands to the oath and seed of Jacob, and made myself known to them the land of Mizraim. I have lifted my hand to them, saying that I am Yahweh, your Elohim. All right, so we judge men and we judge women. The righteous men judge men, and the righteous men judge women. Women do not judge. Everywhere in scripture, the only people that's supposed to judge is the son of man. Not Nephilim, not Nephilim offspring, not Nephilim mixed. Now, if you notice, I keep putting up these new HIV infection and Go back over my videos and look at these graphs. This shows you that the black woman don't stand for us. Here's the other part of my epiphany. What is a black woman? I'm going to define the black woman, the modern day black woman, and what she stands for, right? The one first thing that black women stand for is herself, and herself only. Now, she will group with other black women to take out anybody, to include the other black women, that comes against her own interests for self-gratification and self-greed. All right? She does not care about family. She does not care about children. My missus said to me, if a woman cared about children, she would care enough that if she had a child and the child was product of something that didn't work well, that she would realize that she need a good man to be in that child's life, and would know as a righteous woman that a child should not be raised without the presence of a woman and a man. Right? A black woman doesn't think like that. A black woman stands for abortion, single motherhood, white men, thugs, feminism, lesbianism, the government as daddy, child support extortion. Did I mention legalized murder? Oh, yeah, abortion. Oh, and I almost forgot, weave and physical alteration. She stands for it so much that she is destroying herself while trying to destroy others. This is how she's destroying herself. Now, remember I put the video up and I put the essence cover, and I asked y'all to guess which one was the man. There's one man in there. So far, a few people thought that there were 3 men in there. Most people guessed that the females were the man and the man was the female. Some people got it right. And I'm still asking that question. So go back and look at the video. All right. I'll put it in a description box. Now, sisters and sistas stand for their man, their black man, the community, family, righteousness. They love their natural self, and black men that love them in their natural being. So a real sister loves the black man that like her for who she is. That's a real sister or sister. You can build a community with this type of woman. Example, women in the background. What's the example of the top definition for a black woman? So on most of my videos, you see nothing but black women. You didn't see any sisters. And on a lot of them, we don't know if they were even black women. You understand?
He was just like, just give me till the morning, just give me till the morning. I'm like, I'm not giving you to no fucking morning to come up with another fucking lie. I'm just like, give me your phone. You already know that you got caught cheating, and your girl asked you for your phone.
This, ladies and gentlemen,
and you don't give it to you. Either still doing some damn dirt,
a black
damn business
woman,
doing, and you don't want her to see. Look,
this, ladies and gentlemen, is a black woman.
I love him. So
this is not a sister.
Stupid. I break up with guys just for getting on my damn nerves, and I'm finna take this cheating motherfucker back that ain't even a damn 10. That ain't even a damn 10. Sex was bomb and shit, but your dick could be a lot bigger. We goes outside, you know, talking and all this other stuff like this. I noticed that his face was breaking out like a lot. He was just like, I don't know what to say, Simone. Ain't got nothing to say. You know, I got caught and all this other stuff like this.
Notice his face was breaking out.
And I'm just as calm. And I'm just like,
let's call it cross-contamination.
I never saw that shit around your mouth. You been in her ass? No, Simone. Lies. Because when I talked to her, I was just like, girl, did y'all have sex? She was like, yes, girl, we did. I was like, girl, did he go down on you? She's like, yes, girl, he did. I was like, girl, did he eat your ass too? She was like, yes, girl, he did.
All right. And the title of this, I caught my white boyfriend cheating. Simone speaks. You see what I'm saying? This is a black woman. This is not a sister or a sister. Now, remember, she said he had a bunch of stuff around his mouth. His face was breaking out for his sexual habits, and yet she still loved him. She's trying to make it work. And this black woman will kiss a white dude that apparently is breaking out with herpes and disease all over his mouth, right? And she will go back to him before she will talk to a black man that has a blue-collar job. All right? This is why black women are the fastest growing HIV population. New infections. They're the highest percentage of new infection of HIV. Now, let me break this down some more, just in case y'all didn't get the last breakdown. All right. Most HIV infections, 84% heterosexual contact. Top graph. This is according to the CDC, by the way. CDC, U.S. population, 13% black female, 64% of all HIV infection, black female. All right. If you look down on the bottom graph, you see the the gay and bisexual men up at the top. Black men, white men, Hispanic, Latino, right? Now, look down in the middle, you'll see black women that got HIV from heterosexual contact. Why are they more than twice the black men? What does it say? One, it's saying that they're screwing the same men. And it's mostly them. And they're the ones that's giving it to the heterosexual men, which means that, like this woman, they are screwing the men with nasty sexual habits and the bisexual men, and some of them are even screwing the known gay men. That's why the black woman is getting more than twice as many infections than the black man. And they're killing the children off. They're killing, again, more black people than HIV, AIDS. They're killing more black people than AIDS, violent crimes, accidents, cancer, heart disease, all put together. And why? Because it's unwanted and or inconvenient. 98%. Life and health of the mother, 1.7%. Rape or incest, 0.3%.
You
Now,
recently tweeted that you like chocolate milk. You know,
understand
I'm chocolate,
this.
You know.
Yeah, no, I didn't. I'm gonna tell you like this. My child is black.
Oh, we didn't know that.
Black girls give the best head.
Do they now?
100%. Yeah.
Really? So black.
Facts.
Okay, so you know that's funny because usually we're told that we don't.
Okay, no.
Now, understand this. I want you to take note at what he said. A white man, this is a white man, talking to a black woman that if he say, let's go screw right now, she's going to go do it. And she's going to give him head to prove that she's one of them black women that give the best head. Right? So why did the white man say that a child that came from his seed is black? Because he put that seed in a black woman, and out of fear for losing the black woman base that's buying most of his junk, and he understands this. He understands that good black man ain't buying his stuff. He understands who's buying it. These black women are buying it and feeding it to their little black babies by some other black men while they're out there trying to screw these white men. to get them a child with good hair so that they can elevate that child above their black children from the black man. Which really isn't an elevation, it's a regression. Remember, white is a recessive trait, right? Why are the black women publicly competing with white women to be better at giving head? You got a black woman here publicly competing with white women to be a best head giver? Final thoughts. Good black men need to stop identifying good sisters, all right, and sisters as black women. If you see a good sister or a sister, do not identify her as a black woman. First of all, she is not a color. All right. I would call her Israelite sister. I'm not going to call no black woman a queen. One, they do not rule over me. They don't rule over crap. Yahweh, Elohim rules. But I will call her a sister. Right? So this goes out to you sisters out there that's holding black men up, that's lifting black men up, and together we can lift each other up. But we know that that ain't most black women. Most black women. Most of these black females are black women, not sisters or sisters. We need to stop considering black women sisters or sisters. They are an entity until them. They're their own entity, right? They belong to the white system. The white system made them. The white system is who they lust for, and we need to give them up to that white system. That means the thugs and the white man and the government can have them. We need to build our own with our own. And we need to learn to tell the difference. The black woman means nothing but our destruction, black man. They stand for the destruction of the black family and the black man. We need to leave black women alone, and we need to start looking for our sisters. That's who we need to unite with. With that said, I'm out.